Okay, so it's like 3:28 in the morning. There's so many different things that I want to get out. There's so many different things I want to say. I think one of them I'm going to start with, the whole idea of protecting your house with salt. This goes all the way back. Protecting your house with salt, okay? And sometimes they'll have you do a ritual like putting it in the corners of your house or on the window ledges or on your door ledge or whatever at the base, or when it comes to like a circumference of an area, or even like just a circle of salt, anything, salt. They choose salt, and I'm thinking, why would they choose salt? And then I was connecting together the fact that, when you do release emotions and stuff like that, when you're crying, it may be liquid, but it's also salt. And then I think of all the individuals out there that are either repressed or hold back their emotions, or they're afraid of their emotions, and they either feel like they can't, or they don't want to express that in order to move forward or do their own healing and shit. So because of that, I'm thinking all the energies that are low vibrational frequency, okay? All the energies that are low vibrational frequency, those would be what people would consider negative energies, right? And the negative energies will, if you think of all the people walking around that are, miserable, or, not so much miserable, but just like pain on the inside and not expressing it, well, that's low vibrational frequency as well. And those people tend to almost like be afraid to cry, right? So if you put them together, I worded this way better before, and I don't even give a fuck. I'm just getting the information out. But if you think about the low vibrational entities, even if they're not in a physical vessel, right, they're still a low vibration. And then you got people walking around that are low vibration as well. And then if you think about the whole idea of salt and how it's supposed to ward off anything negative, anything evil, stuff like that, it's almost like any negative energies would be afraid of salt or afraid of crying, right? Those are the 2 and 2 that I put together for that. I was way more excited about it earlier, but like I said, it's fucking 3 o'clock in the morning. Okay, so there was that. And then it came to my own ability to be able to pick up on certain energies empathically, right? This is something I've been able to do for a long time, since I was like a child. And now that I go out, because I've been in like hermit mode for a while, doing a lot of introspection, doing the shit that people don't want to do, right? There's people that want to do it, and it is difficult, and those people will resonate with what I'm saying, and there's people that don't want to fucking do it. That's a choice. So I went to go fill up a water jug, the Culligan bottles or whatever. No product placement, I'm not getting paid. Anyways, I went to go fill up this water jug, and my GPS ended up taking me to a different part of town, further away. And this town was like, it's like right next door, but it's where all the universities and where all the colleges are at. And as soon as I got to a certain part, then people were walking around and stuff like that, and the wall, I'm telling you, when I say the wall of energy that hit me, it was out of nowhere. There was no reason for it, but it's like this huge weight. It was like anxiety and fear, and like a jittery kind of feeling, and unsure, and not so much klutzy, but just like a panic almost state. energy. And it was, I get to the place, right? I take the empty jug and I go in, and I just feel so confused, and I feel like there's a huge blanket over that entire part of the city, right? I just feel like if that's the case, if you believe in this sort of shit, there's people that manipulate energies, right? So if they're doing this to the area where there's a lot of students, okay, there's a lot of colleges, universities, and stuff like that, but you also have like a collection of people too that are under a lot of stress, and they're young, and they're also going through their own things as well. But then if you have specific people that are placing certain, I don't want to say black magic, but dark energies that are meant to push some sort of fear-based reaction, right? That's some sick ass shit. Anyways, I get there and I'm filling it up, and I was like fumbling my shit, and this kid behind the counter was quiet, didn't even really speak at all. And then I tried several times, just, you know, the lid that you put on the thing. It's very simple. You put the lid on, and you hit it with a hammer, right? Just to seal it till you get home for the reusable jugs. I tried 3 different ones. I couldn't get the damn thing on. I'm like, what the F, right? Anyways, get that, get the stuff for the water tank, and then I get in the car and I start driving home. And as soon as I get to a certain point in town, it's like crossing a line. I tell you, that entire weight lifted off me, and then I fell back to normal again. Okay? It was weird. But then it had me thinking, I'm like, wow, if they are doing this to young individuals, and by they, I'm going to be asking me, you know, at this point, pretty sure we all fucking know who they are. People that don't have people's best interest in mind. But if they have that all over a certain specific part, especially around universities and colleges and stuff, and yes, you're going to have individuals that are feeling a certain way, but they're usually pressed to feeling a certain way when they're put under a certain pressure, or if they're under any spell work or anything like that. And if you know what I'm talking about, then you will understand this video. If not, and that is not something you believe in, then click off the video. So there's those 2 things. What else was there? I've been dealing with a lot of things in my personal surroundings as well. Several attacks personally. I've been doing really well. They haven't really been bothering me. I've been taking my own advice, keeping my vibration high. Tonight it was just, you know, early this morning, I would say I was trying to sleep, and then for some reason got compelled to wake up, okay? To wake up and do a live stream, which I don't do. I tried everything, and then I realized I had to rehook up the camera, rehook up the microphone to my laptop in order to do the live stream, because I didn't want to do it on my phone. And then I'm like, wait a minute, why the fuck am I doing this right now? And then I got like this gut feeling. I was like, no, this doesn't feel right. This doesn't feel right. And so like I undid everything, and I turned off the camera, turned off the microphone, and I've had a hacker before. I actually had a hacker that was messing with my electronics and stuff like that, and I had a couple death threats and a couple messages sent to me. Like any person, they'd be like, what the fuck, right? So I did alert the authorities and just let them know, but other than, you know, whatever I had there on the computer, there's not much I can do. But it's on record now, so at least I have a backstory. That's something I was taught. If you're ever having issues, don't be afraid to voice up your opinion, because then you need to have something to back it up with. Anyway, so I'm not too worried about that. If you get gut instincts to do something, like I got the instinct to change the lock on my door, go out and buy a whole brand new one, and I did that, and I'm glad I did. because there was some things that developed that only if you were in my position you would understand what's going on. I could go into further detail about it. And yeah, it does involve some cult shit. But again, it depends on your level of understanding. How much do you understand about this sort of thing when it comes to energetic attacks or spiritual warfare, or people in certain cults that are keeping tabs on others that want to control their every move in life, right? So they can feed off them, literally like a fucking vampire. And they will purposely send you certain energies to have you confused, to have you meet certain people, you know, that are like vessels themselves, but more so like a puppet, so they can actually hop from person to person, the energetic entities. And this, again, sounds outlandish to most people, but those that know what I'm talking about will understand this video. Those that don't, you can click off or you can continue to listen. I've got to a certain point where I actually managed to get out of all that shit. I survived, and I'll keep surviving. I have faith in myself, and that's not been shaken. I have faith in the divine universe, as it were. That is not shaken. It doesn't matter what happens, because I'm grateful. I'm grateful to have this experience, and not sure 100% what my purpose is, other than I'm supposed to be sharing what I learned, and then to have other people, almost like a cheerleader, do the same for themselves. And some people may come across my videos and think, well, why is she dancing? Why is she singing, showboating, putting her stuff up there? Well, one, it's a social platform. I can put whatever the fuck I want up on there. Two, it's a way of expressing myself artistically and transmute negative energies, because I'm very good at it. I can take any situation now that I've come up out of the brainwashing, up out of the spell work, up out of all that fucking nasty shit. And I'm able to take that energy, as I did before, but I wasn't fully aware of it, and I'm able to transmute it. I don't have to send it back necessarily, although it's also doing some people's work for them. But that aside, I think I've said everything I could possibly say at this point for this video. I'm going to make another video after this one and maybe say some more things that I need to say.